In the ladies' race, Kenyan Doris Bechi led the way from the beginning, closely followed by three Zimbabweans: Uchaneta Gwata, Samukulizo Moyo, and Chietza Chikori. By the 12-kilometer mark, Bechi had dropped back to 5th place as the front-runners stepped up the pace. At the 23-kilometer mark, Chietza Chikore and Samukulizo Moyo ran together for a long time. These two athletes train together and push each other to the limit in a race like this. By the second half of the race, Samukulizo Moyo had pushed ahead and made a final break around the 37-kilometer mark. By the time she made her way to the finish, she had increased her lead to 3 minutes for a great finishing time of 2:55.44.
This is Chietza Chikore. Well done, Chietza.
The 10th place runner, Isabel Wolf Gillespie of the Rhino Nights campaign, is running this marathon for the rhino. The rhino poaching crisis in Africa is huge, and recently the northern white rhino has been poached to extinction in the wild. People like Isabel are creating a lot of awareness about the rhino. 5 years ago, she moved to a game farm with a thriving population of rhino and saw the devastation firsthand.
Those rhino were all poached out. And that is the reason why we're doing this. Because I remember being very angry, very sad, and totally helpless, but I wanted to do something. I couldn't just let that go without trying to do something.
Isabel bravely decided to do a 10,000-kilometer trip around southern Africa to educate as many people as possible about the plight of rhino.
How we create the awareness is by me running a 21-kilometer a day and cycling on the same day 80 to 100 kilometers. And then to bring horse riding in, which is the third discipline, we join with equestrian establishments and we do an awareness day on horseback. When we get to like cities or towns or villages, we do talks at schools because we believe that the future of conservation is in children's hands, and we talk to them about rhino and why we are on this journey and what we do for rhino and that they can do something in their own capacity too. A big aim of our campaign is to gather information on the rhino poaching crisis. So what we do is we conduct a questionnaire with rhino conservation groups, organizations, individuals that are involved with rhino every day, and we ask why, with all that's being done, are rhinos still being poached on a daily basis?
One rhino is killed every 11 hours. Estimates for rhinos being poached in the year 2013 are close on 1,000 rhino. Finishing the Vic Falls Marathon has helped Isabel create even more awareness for the rhino poaching crisis. The half marathon got off to a cracking pace. The front runners bolted down the main street and across the border into Zambia. By the turnaround point, there was already a tight group of experienced runners settling into a good solid pace. Past the big tree, and these runners were taking in as much liquid as they could. As they headed into the national park, they quickened the pace, which was too fast for some runners. Back on the main road, and Wirimai Joawa and Jonathan Chinyoka broke away from the pack. They came flying past the Zambezi water point. Third place, Patisa Ngwabe was desperately trying to keep up. With 2 kilometers to go, Wirumai Juawa made a break and surged forward to the finish line to finish in a very fast time of 1:05:50.
That's Chihuahua. Wirumai. And that was Chinyoka Jonathan.
Second place, Jonathan Chinyoka, was only 10 seconds behind him. Econet's managing director, Asaya Nyangari, is not a man to spectate. He likes to walk the talk.
Thank you very much to our international runners. Thank you very much to our local runners. This year has been very exciting. This is my 4th year. As a leader, you just have to lead from the front. And when I saw my colleagues, when I saw my staff behind me, that gave me inspiration to keep on going, to keep on running, and to finish the race. It would be good to do now the Kilimanjaro or the marathon, the Comrade Marathon, I think in South Africa. I would like to try that one.
In the women's half marathon, right from the start, Constance Nyasangu and Fortunate Chidzivo quickly got away and soon made their way to the front of the ladies. Constance Nyasangu was really running well, looking strong, and pulled away from Chidzivo around the 12-kilometer mark. By the Zimplatz water point, Alison Manake had moved into second place and chased after the leader. But Constance was too strong on the day and crossed the finish line over 2 minutes ahead of second place Alison Manake in a great time of 1:18:56.
Our second lady in here is Alison Manake. Our Zimbabwean, well done, Alison.
The Econet Victoria Falls Marathon has to be one of the most festive and feel-good marathons in the world. And this is quite clear in the 5-kilometer fun run, where once again everyone seems to have caught the Victoria Falls happy bug. The slight false start was wisely overlooked by the officials as every man, woman and child head on their merry way. Some runners stopped to help the locals push their goods up the hill. And before you know it, the runners are heading into the primary school towards the finish line.
Keep going. Well done. Good job.
Woo! Would you? You're almost there. Well, we've just had a great fun run, me and Gabby. Come on, let's finish.
Everybody had a great time. It was nice and cool to run. Paradise, fantastic place to run through the national park, across the bridge with the falls in the background. I mean, there's no other destination for a marathon anything like this. It really is incredible.
Warthogs, baboons, Victoria Falls, victory. It was a fantastic race, I tell you.
Beautiful, scenery awesome, people awesome, the location brilliant, and overall perfect experience.
Yeah, very fun and very tough course than I expected. Very nice.
Botswana Tourism donated a fantastic prize to one of the runners, a 2-night stay at the magnificent Chobe Game Reserve.
Botswana is a beautiful country. Up north we've got Chobe National Park, which is about an hour and a drive from Victoria Falls. The price includes all meals, all activities, transfers to and from Victoria Falls. I hope the prize winner will have a good time.
With another marathon, half marathon or 5-kilometer run in the bag, the runners head off into the sunset with wild horizons and enjoy an amazing sunset cruise on the mighty Zambezi.
on a boat cruise on the Zambezi at the moment. It's the perfect scenery to finish up a fantastic day. They were beautiful, and it's just such a wonderful area, and I hope that the marathon, will grow and that more people will come and actually enjoy the beauty that they can run through.
Some call this the feel-good marathon. Others call it the wild marathon. Some refer to it as the most scenic marathon out there. Whatever you want to call it, this marathon will create memories you'll never forget. Out here, you never know what might be just around the corner.